Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. My name is Sagar, and in this video we'll see how we can add Excel add-in in our custom form. So let's see the scenario. So what I will go to accounts payable. Here I have a custom form named as employee form. Now this form is straightforward. You can see this particular form doesn't have any Excel add-in feature available here. So basically, let's see if I want to insert the first name and last name for this employee ID. Okay, instead of doing it here, I want to do it in bulk, like using the Excel add-in. So how I can achieve something like that? So for that, the first thing is that I have a table, I have a form, I have a menu item. I've simply attached my form into this display menu item. Okay, now we'll start writing the code. So let me tell you a high-level story what we'll need to do for this one. First thing is that we need to have an entity for sure. So I will write here few steps. For example, the first thing is that we'll need to have an entity because ultimately we can do this CRUD operation using entity. Now the second thing is that when our form will be loaded, okay, so when our form will be loaded, so at that time we'll simply use the Office Excel helper class. Excel helper class. I will show you everything, and then later on we'll be creating a form which will load our which will load our Excel menu, and then we'll attach the data entity. So we'll see everything in code and it will become easy for you. So now what I will simply go to my init method. So what I will do, I will open my form. This is my form. The form name is employee table, and here I will subscribe to an event. So as the form will be initializing, I will need to write code here. So what I will do, I will simply copy event handler from here. Then I can add here, I can add a new class, and I will click on class. Here, let me say class as Excel add-in feature for employee table form. I will simply add this particular class. So my class is now ready, like the boiler code is ready. Let me make this class as static. I will tell you why I'm doing that. So I'll make it static, and here I'm going to simply paste that piece of code. My event handler, I can cancel this. Sorry, I can cut this comment section. Now what I will do, I will simply create a form run object here. I can say form run equals to, and here from the sender I can get my form run. So let me hide it first. So from here I can get sender as form run. So I can say sender as form run. Now I have form run available with me. Then I can check. Let me auto hide it first. Yeah. Then here I can check if my form run is available. Then I want to do something here. So what I want to do, I can use this Office form run helper class. Okay, and here let me write as Office helper. And if you will type form run here and put a dot, So you'll get a function here named as office helper. Let me type it again. Dot. Yeah, this one. Here we go. So this will this will provide me the current context. Then I will say, okay, I will return here office helper. Let me remove it. So I've written officer helper here. So my bad for that. I can copy this. Here I can say if I have this office helper instance available, then let me open and close this. Here using my this office run helper, I can use this office menu initializing, because I'm going to attach a data entity. Okay, I think one thing I forget, I need to create the data entity first, because I don't have the data entity available here. Okay, because I have started working on this one, then later on I will attach my data entity. So we'll create entity after this. Let me complete it first here. So now here we need to reference to a function where we'll attach our data entity. So now what I'm going to do, I will simply comment this, because the first prereq would be to have the data entity available. So let me quickly go ahead and create the data entity. I will click on, first thing I will check is, I will check my table that I can check from here. I will open my table and let me go to properties of this table, and to make sure, okay, yeah. So now I will create a data entity. So for that I can simply click on this add button. I'll go to new item, and here I will go towards my data model. I will go to data entity, and here I can give a name to my data entity. Let us say this has something like employee table only, and I will click on add. Now once I click on this, it will take some time for a next wizard to get open, where you will actually point your data entity data source. So I'll wait for some seconds here. Okay, here I need to select my data source. So it will be employee table. Oh, it is SC employee table, this one. Again, so this will get auto generated for me. I can click on next. Okay, this was what I was expecting. The natural key error. So let me cancel this. I'm going to cancel this. And the reason for that is, okay, now I will need to fix this. For that, where is the primary index? Here I will need to change it to my employee IDX, and this error will be removed, because surrogate key is nothing, choosing the rec ID. So data entity should have a valid primary index that I forget to put. And now I will again try to create the data entity, and this time I hope it should work. So let me give it prefix as SC employee table. I'll click on add. Okay, cannot this second. Let me add new item, data entity, And let me say name as say employee. Let me see it as employees because there's a, it says that there's some reference left, so might be long back I might have created the similar names. Okay, now I will again choose my data source. So I'll go with SA employee table. Here I selected my data source. I can click on next. And I can select all the fields. Shouldn't be an issue, so I'll click on next again. Now here my data entity is ready. Okay, now we'll come back to our code section where we'll actually writing the code. Okay, and here now what we need to do, we simply need to attach our this data entity. So for that, now I'm going to create a different method. I will say this as public static. Let me close it first. Void. I'll give it a standard name like office. You can give any name. Office menu handler. Okay, and here you can pass two things. First would be form run. So I will create here form run, and the second one is office menu event tags. Office menu event tags. So you can see here this has event args. Okay, and now let me quickly complete this function. And so you can easily get your here, like you will need to attach your data entity. So for that you can write office menu data entity options, right? Let me simply create an object equals to, I will say office menu data entity options, and now here we have this construct available. You can simply pass your data entity name here. So I can say table str, this one, and here now I will need to add my data entity name, that is just give me a second here. What was the name? SA employees table. Let me copy this name. I will copy it here and let me paste it. Now this is completed. What I have done, I have simply provided the reference that I want to use this data entity. The next thing will be to add that data entity into that particular form, like just at the top. So here I can say in this your event tags you will be passing it from here, from this office helper one. So once this all code will be ready, I will again show you everything. So then you can use this menu option function here, and then it have a function named as data entity option. Here you can say at the end simply add this particular object. So I can say here obj, and I will close this. Let me do it something like this here. So now we can complete our code. Okay, so here I have put in plus equals to, now here you can write event handler this one, and inside this you can use this Excel add-in feature, this EMP table. This is the exact table that you created, right? This one. Here you can use this office menu handler function. Simply call it out here. We'll again see this code completely line by line. For now let me do a build and then we'll see how it works. So I'm going to build now. So guys, the build is completed, and even if I will open my employee form, I open my employee form. You can ignore this error. Yeah. So here now, if you will click on this, so you'll get this option now. So you can download this file. A file will get downloaded. Then you can use the Office Excel add-in feature in D365, and you can do your CRUD operation for all this report. Currently in my system, I don't have the license and everything with my Excel file because this is a demo environment. But you can try it out and it should work. So let's summarize what we did. Now in this video, what we want to add an Excel add-in feature if in case it's not available, whether it could be out of the box or your own custom as well. So that is the three-step process, or I would say only two-step process. The first one is I need to have a valid data entity which will support the CRUD operation for me. So for that I created a data entity named as SA employee table data entity. So if I will go here, now this is the table. Yeah, here is the data entity. Okay, now when my form will open, what I'm doing, I'm simply using this office helper. Here I'm adding an event. Okay, and basically I'm utilizing this particular function inside my this office helper class, and inside this class here I'm simply constructing my data entity, which data entity I'll be using. Okay, so I'm putting the reference here. Now what I'm doing, with the help of this event args, I'm simply using this menu options, then data entity option, and that at the end I'm simply adding that particular button, like the reference of that data entity. So that is what we are doing in this video. Thanks for watching this video.